Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Gebhardt here, and we are going to review using the Accelerate Education platform for summer school courses. Now, as you can see, I've already logged into my student account here, and if you're following along, you can pause the video. Make sure you follow the login process of going to Genius and then into your AE courses. If you're not sure how to do that, please go back and watch our previous videos on how to do that, and then come back here. Okay, so now you can see I have my student account and I am enrolled in 3 different courses. You can see if you are keen-eyed and look at the progress bar here that 2 of these have already begun and one of them I have not yet begun. Let's take a look at the one that I haven't begun yet, which is Earth Science. So when you first start a course, this is what it's going to look like. Here is your main dashboard page. Once you get into a class, you can see the title at the top. You'll see your progress bar here. And right here, you see the next activity that you need to do for the course. And if you look down here, you'll see a list of folders. Each of these folders is a module. The way that the course is organized is in modules. So first is some resources. This is just some initial information to get you started. Very, very important that you go through this first because it will tell you all the tools and all the tips and tricks you need to know to navigate the platform and the course. And then as you go on, you'll see the content and the lessons and quizzes in each of the modules. All right, so that's what it looks like when it's brand new and fresh. I'm going to go back to my home page and let's go into a course that I've already begun. So let's do biology part B. All right, now here you can see that's a little bit more going on because I've already started. So notice here my progress bar, I'm already at 11%. And you can see I've got some check marks on the portions that I have already done. Now, one thing I want to point out is as these are summer school courses, and they're called adaptive, which means that every time there's a new unit in the course, it will begin with a pretest. So here in Biology B, the first unit was the human body, and it began with a human body pretest. And so this student went through and completed it. And what that means is, and what the pretest does, is it will take the answers that you get correct, and the ones that you get correct, if you score high enough in each of the different categories, it will not make you do that lesson or quiz. So you can see the student went through, and after they did the pretest, the computer calculated everything. And now, because they answered enough questions correct about homeostasis, they don't have to do that. Same with the digestive system, human nutrition, the endocrine system, and reproduction in humans, and development in humans. So when this pretest was taken, there were enough correct answers in each of those sections that now they are excused. And so that's less work that the student has to go through in order to finish. So really, really important, after you've done the introduction parts, when you get to that pretest, do your absolute best, take your time on it, because the better you do, the less work you will have to complete as you move on in the course. All right, now I've gone back to Earth Science, and I've clicked on the Getting Started, that very first activity that you need to do when you start a new course. And I just want to show you briefly some navigation of how you get around. So at the top, you'll see the title of the page that you are on. And you can see that this is page or slide 1 of 11. All right, now really, really important to read all the information on each of the pages. And to get to the next one, you can either click the right-facing arrow here or the next button down here at the bottom. And you'll see it goes to the next page. This is telling you about the adaptive pretest that we just discussed. And so you'll want to make sure that you click through all the pages and read all the pages or watch the videos as they appear. And once you've gotten to the very end, so don't skip, make sure you click on everyone, but once you've gotten to number 11 and you've read and watched, you can click Mark this activity as complete, and then you'll be able to go to the next activity. And you'll do the same thing in this one. Again, be sure that you are reading carefully, reading all the information, all the directions as you go through. Once you've gotten to the end, you can click Mark this activity as complete. Go to next, activity. All right, and you'll see it. Everything is listed in order, and as we just discussed, the first thing you're going to do is the introduction pre-test. Okay, now let's take a look at the gradebook and how you can review the grades you've gotten from your teacher and look at any feedback that your teacher has left for you. Now, notice that I've gone back into my biology course and I'm on the main page here. And what I'm going to do is up at the top here where I see my current grade in the class, which is 75%. I'm going to click on this button here to the right of it. Looks like a little bar graph. And that's going to take me to my grade book. Another way you could find this is by clicking on the hamburger menu at the top left corner and clicking on grades. And here you'll see my grade book. And you'll see that I've finished the human body pretest. If you have completed your pretest and tested out of certain parts of the curriculum, like I have for homeostasis or the digestive system, that's why you'll see those X's there. And then any gradable assignment that you've completed, you will see it on the line here with a score, and the status will be a check mark. And if you see this little icon here, it looks like a speech bubble. That means that your teacher has left you some feedback. And so all you need to do to see that is simply click. And now you can see your score, your status, when you submitted it, the time you spent on it, and at the bottom, you'll see your teacher's feedback. So this teacher has left a little bit of information for a question that the student answered incorrectly. If you'd like to review your answers and see which ones you got correct and which ones you answered incorrectly, just click on the Questions tab and you can review and see an explanation of a question you answered incorrectly. If you're on the home screen, where you see all your courses listed, you can also go to your gradebook by clicking on the gradebook icon found at the bottom of each of the course cards. So if I want to see my grade in world history, I'll just find world history, and in the bottom right corner, I'll click on grades. And there we are. One really useful tool here in Accelerate Education is the calendar. We find that by clicking on the hamburger menu at the top left corner and going down to calendar and clicking. In this view, you can see all of the assignments or activities that you need to do each day in order to stay on pace and finish in time by the course's end date. So if I click on tomorrow, it'll show me the things that I needed to have finished for tomorrow. And I've already actually finished those, so I'm a little bit ahead. If I skip forward to next week, so on next Monday, it's telling me which activities I need to finish on which day. Now, if you take the pretest and do well in certain sections, you may have some activities removed or excused. That's why you'll see a little X next to them. But there are other ones that I still need to do, like the nervous system quiz for my biology class. So I can just click on it and it will take me there. Now, finally, let's talk about one last tool in AE, and that's getting in touch with your teacher, which can be very important. So all you need to do is click into the class of the teacher that you wish to contact. Let's do biology. Now up at the top in the menu bar, we'll go to the right side and click on the button that kind of looks like a paper airplane. If you hold your mouse over it, it says send mail. Click on that. And the to category is already filled out. You don't need to do anything here. It will automatically go to your course teacher. So you can type a subject like question about homeostasis, and then type your message to your teacher. Make sure that you include some details so that your teacher knows how best to help you. And that concludes our brief overview of using the Acceleration Education platform in order to do your summer school courses. If you have any questions at all, at any point while you're working on your classes, make sure you email your Kaola advisor. The email address is kaola, C-A-O-L-A, @hannahsd.org. And we'll be happy to help. Good luck in your summer school classes, and don't forget to get in touch with us.